That garbage truck rumbling past your house right now? It's hiding a deadly secret that kills dozens of workers every year. What's really happening inside could save your life or end it. Here's what they don't want you to know. Folks, I'm about to show you something that'll make you never look at garbage trucks the same way again. Here's what's terrifying. Most people think garbage trucks are just big, empty boxes on wheels. That assumption has killed more people than you'd believe. What's actually inside these machines is a hydraulic monster with enough power to crush a car, and it's operating just feet from where your kids play. But before I reveal the deadly truth, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why garbage truck workers sometimes refuse to pick up certain bins? Why they'll leave your trash sitting there and drive away? The answer will shock you, and it might just save someone's life. See, there are actually 5 different types of these killing machines, and each one has its own way of destroying everything that goes inside. The rear loader looks innocent enough. Workers toss bags into the back, right? Wrong. Inside that opening is a hydraulic plate that generates enough force to snap human bones like twigs. This metal fist grabs everything and crushes it into the main compartment with zero mercy. Then there's the side loader, the robot killer. This mechanical arm reaches out like something from a horror movie, grabs bins and dumps them into a crushing chamber. Sounds safe because it's automated? Think again. When people throw hazardous items in their bins, this robot arm becomes a bomb delivery system, spreading toxic materials and fire hazards throughout neighborhoods. The front loader is pure nightmare fuel. Picture a machine that lifts thousands of pounds over its head, then slams it down into a crushing chamber. When someone throws a propane tank or lithium battery in a dumpster, this becomes a mobile explosion waiting to happen. I've seen footage of these trucks literally catching fire and exploding in city streets. The roll-off truck. These haul massive containers from construction sites, and here's the terrifying part. They have no idea what's inside those containers. Asbestos, chemicals, radioactive materials, it all gets hauled through residential areas in unmarked containers. And those fancy split-body trucks in eco-friendly neighborhoods? They're sorting potentially hazardous materials in real time, creating chemical cocktails that even the operators don't understand. One wrong combination and you've got a toxic disaster rolling past your front door. But here's where it gets really scary. What happens inside once your trash goes in? Every single one of these machines uses the same principle: controlled destruction with enough power to kill instantly. We're talking about crushing systems that make car compactors look like toys. Your trash lands in the hopper. That's the death zone, where everything starts its violent journey. Then comes the executioner, the compactor blade, powered by hydraulic rams that generate enough force to crush a human skull in milliseconds. Old waste gets mixed with new waste under crushing pressure, forming layers of compressed material that trap toxic gases and create chemical reactions nobody can predict. The most dangerous ones use rotating augers. Imagine giant screws designed to grab, twist, and pulverize everything in their path, including anything that accidentally falls in. And folks, when I say power, I mean enough force to change your life forever. These compactors generate up to 30,000 pounds of crushing force. But here's what's really terrifying. That crushing power doesn't discriminate. Cardboard, metal, organic waste, or human flesh, it all gets the same treatment. Inside that truck, your innocent household trash becomes something sinister, Under constant crushing pressure, waste gets compressed into toxic layers that release gases nobody talks about. Methane, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, all trapped inside a mobile pressure cooker rolling through your neighborhood. Modern trucks have sensors monitoring this internal hell, but here's the scary part. These sensors can't predict when compressed materials will create dangerous chemical reactions or when trapped gases will reach explosive levels. The waste creates what's called leachate, a toxic soup that would make your stomach turn. This isn't just smelly liquid, it's a cocktail of decomposing organic matter, household chemicals, and unknown substances that can eat through metal and poison groundwater. Trucks have drainage systems and protective coatings, but here's what they don't tell you. These systems fail. When they do, toxic leachate leaks onto roads, into storm drains, and eventually into your water supply. Many trucks now have internal cameras, but they're not there for efficiency. They're there because of lawsuits. These cameras catch illegal dumping of electronics, hazardous waste, and materials that turn garbage trucks into mobile toxic bombs. But here's the most chilling part. Safety regulations exist because people have died horrible deaths. Those warning labels saying, "Do not enter hopper area," aren't suggestions. They're tombstone warnings written in blood. The compactor can crush wood, metal, and human bodies with equal efficiency. Hydraulic cylinders and rollers generate enough power to amputate limbs instantly. The loud operation masks screams, and limited visibility means accidents happen before anyone can react. Emergency shutoff switches exist because workers have been caught in these machines. Dead man controls require constant operator input because unconscious operators can't stop the killing process. Backup cameras and proximity sensors exist because these machines have run over their own workers. Here's a fact that'll keep you awake at night. Some garbage trucks have fire suppression systems because compressed waste spontaneously combusts, creating rolling infernos that threaten entire neighborhoods. When trucks reach capacity, they head to transfer stations where the real horror show begins. The rear door opens, and the compactor pushes out the entire load as one solid block of compressed waste, sometimes with things inside that were never meant to be there. Facility workers have found everything from human remains to radioactive materials in these compressed blocks. They sort through this toxic mess with minimal protection, pulling out hazardous materials that should never have entered the system. This waste then goes to landfills where it's buried and forgotten, incinerators where it's burned and released into the air you breathe, or recycling centers where contaminated materials enter the supply chain of products you use daily. In countries like Sweden, they claim 99% efficiency, but they don't mention the toxic byproducts or the workers who paid the ultimate price for that efficiency. These aren't just trucks. They're mobile processing plants handling society's most dangerous discards under crushing pressure with minimal oversight. From robotic killers in suburbia to commercial crushers downtown, these machines are far more dangerous than anyone admits. So next time you hear that garbage truck approaching your house, remember what's really inside that metal death trap. It's not just collecting trash, it's operating a mobile crushing facility with enough power to destroy anything in its path. Those workers risking their lives? They're the unsung heroes standing between your family and a toxic disaster. Every bag you put out could contain something that turns their workplace into a death sentence. Here's something that should haunt every homeowner. The difference between trash and tragedy is often just one wrong item in the wrong bin. Your garbage truck isn't just a service. It's a daily reminder of how close we all live to industrial-scale danger. Make sure you're subscribed, because next week, I'm revealing the items in your house right now that could turn your garbage pickup into a neighborhood emergency. Comment below if you've ever seen something that made you question what really goes in those trucks.